welcome back to day 20. So the next couple of days are going to be probably a welcome break from you just sat on the computer making variations and creating listings and things like that. I know it can be really hard to just focus and, you know, especially if you're a creative person, all you really want to do is make things and be creative. So today is a little bit more creative and it involves photography. Now, product photography is very important because your customers cannot physically touchy-feely your products. They can't pick them up, turn them around, try them on and things like that. So your product photography has to essentially do that for them. Today is going to be definitely a long day, as well as tomorrow as well. So your product tester should have probably come back by now and given you pointers and hints and tips and things like that, and that's fantastic. I did also say in that day to ask them for their help for product photography, and that is coming tomorrow with modelled product photography. But today, we're basically taking inventory, making lists, and essentially making sure that we have everything we need to take amazing product shots. So let's get into it. So again, if you haven't downloaded or grabbed your workbook yet, please do. The link is always in the description box below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a big thumbs up if you're loving it so far. Put a comment, say hello, and let's get started. So it's time to get your photography brain in gear. Now, you might want to line up some YouTube videos, some tutorials. If you have a DSLR camera, they often have manuals and things available online in PDF form for you to download. So I definitely recommend doing a Google search for your make and model of your camera and getting the instruction manual up ready. When I first used my Canon G7X Mark III, which is what I'm filming on now, I literally had the manual up on my screen for about 2 weeks because there were so many things it was doing that I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And this camera did not come with a manual, you have to download it. So definitely go and do that just to be sure that you are right and ready to go. So in the workbook, I'd love for you guys to take a list of everything that you'll need. Now, you do not need fancy camera equipment. I started off with a canvas board, you know, one that you paint, from a local art shop, a window, and my phone. And literally I took pictures like that for 2 years in my shop and made a full-time income from those pictures. So you do not need fancy camera equipment, but if you have a good camera, that will help. Take note of the equipment that you have to hand. So again, you can ask friends and family if you have a DSLR camera, or maybe like a slightly newer phone to what you have, or something like that. Take note of what you have to hand. Also, go around your home and maybe even your office if you have one, and see where the windows are and see how you could reflect light into a small sort of square window, if you like, if your product is small. Now, if your product is particularly large, like furniture and things like that, you may need to clear a space in your home where the light will come into. You might need to get like a big white canvas board like the one that I just said about, and you know, put that to the back edge of where your product is quite dark to reflect the light back. Or you could also rent out a studio, or you could definitely, even if your product is large or small, hire someone to do this for you. Now, I have a lovely photographer right now. She is amazing because I just do not have time to take product photography now. But when you're first starting out, you definitely have access to professional product photography. It's probably not as expensive as you think it is. So definitely research into that if this is definitely just not an option for you. So I would also love for you to go onto YouTube and type in how to take pictures with, and you insert your camera make and model. Seeing it visually being used is just so much easier than reading an instruction booklet. Again, with this camera, there wasn't a lot of videos on YouTube at the time because it's still very new, so I had to read the instruction manual. But I wish there was some videos that showed me how to do certain things with this camera, and I bet for your camera there would definitely be some kind of helpful videos on YouTube. If you are using your smartphone, however, now do not knock smartphones, guys. The cameras on these are really blimmin' amazing, and I have an iPhone 6S Plus, and up until I got this camera, I was filming all of my videos on those. So definitely do not knock the camera. Again, go onto YouTube, type in how to take photos with iPhone 6S Plus or whatever phone that you have, and there will be so many helpful videos out there. So watch a few of these videos and write down and make notes. Now, Photography is one of those things that you will not know your photography style or what exactly you will need until you start taking pictures. So definitely do the best that you can, gather all of the things that you'd like to take pictures of. So for example, with my bath bombs, I would probably take it to a nice big open window, and I've actually got one like behind the camera now. It's nice big French doors that I would definitely, you know, put on the floor. I'd make 2 kind of right angled canvas boards to reflect the light back onto the product, or I could just buy a really cheap light box, but for the purposes of being budget friendly and beginner friendly, that's what I would do. I would then grab some props and things like that, so maybe a nice little candle, something to represent a relaxing bath time, because that is after all what my brand is, and I would just start taking pictures. And because the wonders of digital photography is that you can see them instantly what they're like, you can so easily develop your photography style within hours, or maybe even half an hour or something like that. So definitely it's one of those things that you have to kind of practically be involved with before you establish your own photography style. Also, a quick note, please just avoid using direct sunlight. Make sure to diffuse it somehow, because it does cause shadows and they're not attractive and they do distract your eye from the product itself. Another little helpful hint as well is that one of the previous day's exercises, we also went into competitor shops and we analysed what we liked about them, and one of those points was the photo. So grab your workbook, go back to that exercise and reference what you liked about competitors' shops photographs, that's a mouthful, and see if you can replicate some of those aspects and inspiration into your own photographs and photography style. So a good way to make sure that you get all the shots that you need is to have all the products in front of you, or just simply make a list. Again, in the workbook there is plenty of space for you to do this, but definitely make sure that, you know, you put aside a good hour, if not 2 hours, to just literally keep snapping away and taking shots. Also, make sure to take multiple pictures of each item, as again, customers cannot physically pick the item up, turn it round, try it on and everything like that. Again, guys, don't worry if it takes you a couple of days. Pictures are so important, so just make sure to get this right. Tomorrow, we will be attempting to take some model shots with the enlisted help of your friends and family. But the aim of the game today is to develop a photography style that you are happy with and to take some basic flat lay shots of your products. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, say hello, thumbs up this video, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye!